In this next set of questions, we'll solve applications that involve quadratic equations. The length of a rectangle is 6 meters more than the width. The area of the rectangle is 40 square meters. Find the length and the width. Let's begin by using the first step of our 5-step problem-solving process, and that is to familiarize ourselves with the situation. We're talking about a rectangle, so we sketch a rectangle, and every rectangle has a width and a length. We don't want to use two variables, however, but we are told that the length is 6 more than the width, so we can write the length as w plus 6. Now that allows us to move to the next step, which is to translate. To translate, we need to know the formula for the area of a rectangle. The area of a rectangle is the length times the width. We're given that the area is 40 square meters, so we'll write 40. And instead of using L, we'll use W plus 6 times W. Now notice what we now have is an equation with one variable. So we can move to our third step, which is carry out. In this case, we want to solve the equation. It's going to be a quadratic equation. We need to multiply this out and subtract 40 from both sides in order to get 0 on one side. So we have 0 equals, 40 equals, start with that, w squared plus 6w, and then subtract 40 from both sides. 0 equals w squared plus 6w minus 40. Now we have 0 on one side, we can factor. We have 0 equals w plus 10 times w minus 4. Using the principle of zero products, we have w plus 10 equals 0, or w minus 4 equals 0. This gives us w equals negative 10, or w equals 4. Now, since we're dealing with a real situation with the width of a rectangle, we don't want to use the negative number. So we'll just have w equals 4, and if the length is 6 more than the w, we would have w equals 4, and the length would be 10. We have a possible solution then of a width of 4 meters and a length of 10 meters. As the fourth step in the process, we need to check if we have 4 meter width and a 10 meter length, we would have an area, which is length times width, of 4 meters times 10 meters, or 40 square meters. So it does check, and as a final step, we state that the width is 4 meters and the length is 10 meters.